What's up, creators and creatrixes? I'm Wicked. I'm giving power back to the people, and you can't stop me. Today we are going to discuss sleep programming, but before we begin, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and hit that little bell so that I can keep helping you keep your third eye in the sky and take back your power so that you can start living your favorite experience. Sleep programming is, without a doubt, one of the best ways to retrain your mind. It's one of the most powerful ways to really influence the subconscious mind. And the subconscious is where we manifest from. It is the part of ourselves that is constantly in concert with the universe. When you take into consideration how often the average person spends sleeping, this means that there is a whole facet of ourselves that we know virtually nothing about that is active for almost half of our life experience. When we sleep, we are much more susceptible to thoughts and ideas because our conscious mind is out of the way and there's nothing that we can really do to combat it. If you aren't actively programming your mind, your subconscious is doing it for you based off of the experiences that you've had in the days, weeks, months, and years prior. This is why reprogramming your mind is so important, because your subconscious is working off of all of these limiting belief systems that it has been collecting throughout your entire life. Most of the time, we don't even know that we're actually still carrying these beliefs, but that doesn't mean that they aren't still affecting us. A lot of the time, these beliefs are not very helpful because they really stop us from growing and expanding. And more than that, they can really get in the way of your manifestation process. As you're trying to bring new things into your life, your subconscious is battling you, telling you the story of yesterday and projecting it forward. Like I said, the subconscious is the one that is constantly in concert with the universe, so it is telling your story of how your life is going to be the loudest, even though we hear it the least. So if you're trying to manifest, you might be understanding now why it's so important to reprogram your mind. If you want to be in control of your life, you have to get control of your subconscious. There are a lot of different ways that you can reprogram your mind, such as affirmations, calibrations, and of course, meditation. But even with all of these wonderful tools, it does not change the fact that it is still the easiest to do when you are sleeping. When working with the subconscious, whether it's when you're awake or while you're asleep, repetition is key. Repetition impresses the subconscious. So all of those affirmations that you're doing when you're consciously awake are slowly starting to make their way into your subconscious, but they can get there so much faster if those affirmations are active while you're sleeping. I am going to be releasing my own series of sleep programming meditations in the weeks to come, but in the meantime, or if you don't like the ones that I put out, there are tons and tons and tons, literally thousands of these sleep programming videos already available on YouTube. However, if you can't find one that aligns with your goals, you can always make your own. Now, it isn't necessary to add meditative music to these, but you can if you'd like, and accessing certain frequencies, putting these behind your words, can only help you further. Remember, music is energy, and there is power in energy. In order to create your own sleep programming meditations, all you need to do is open up that little voice recording app on your phone. I know for a fact that Apple has one already ready to go. I had a Samsung once in my life when the Z3 Flip came out, and it was fine, but once you go Apple, you can't really go back. But more importantly, when I had that phone, it did not have a voice recording app on it. I had to download one, but it is possible. If your phone doesn't already have one from its factory stage, you can go to the App Store and get one, and it's important that you do so because, as with everything, the sleep programming videos that you create, just like the spells that you create, are going to be the most powerful because they have your energy and your intention packed into them. Until you get the hang of it and figure out what you're really getting after, you can find affirmations all over the world. If you struggle to make up your own, just do a quick Google search, get some ideas. But I found that once you get that train rolling, once you build that momentum, it gets really, really easy. Your soul starts to light up and you start jotting down all the things that you're trying to manifest, all of your heart's deepest desires, and all of the wonderful things that your higher self really thinks about you are going to channel through you at this time. Those are fantastic things to include in your sleep programming videos. People choose to use sleep programming for tons and tons of reasons. Whether it be success and money that you're after, or if you're trying to open your heart to love again, or if you simply just want to rewire some belief systems that you've got going on so that you can live a more peaceful, heart-centered life, Sleep programming is going to help you do that. There is no doubt about it. But once you've created your own sleep programming videos, how often should you be listening to them? Well, if you are brand new to all of this reprogramming your mind stuff, listening to them every single night for a solid month is only going to do you favors. But realistically, if you can't do that for whatever reason, you can listen to them a couple nights a week or just before you go to bed. But the best thing to do is to leave them playing while you are sleeping. Space them out. There's a lot of free video editing software that you can get, free audio editing software. Whether you want to turn this into a video or a recording is up to you. But there are resources available that will make it possible for you to stretch these out. So you can record a 2-minute message and then loop it back over and just play it over and over consistently while you sleep. Just remember that the more often you use these, the more effective they are going to be. This is also a fantastic way to study and to learn a new subject. If you're working towards something and you need to learn a lot about it, jot down what it is that you need to know, those facts that you need, record them, and play them while you sleep. Your brain can truly be influenced in some of the most powerful ways while you are sleeping. This is why dreams stick with us. Even when we can't quite remember what we're dreaming, we get triggered throughout the day. We can feel it with us like it's just sitting on our shoulder. That's because it's in the subconscious mind, and the subconscious is constantly playing these things back to you. But again, more importantly, the subconscious is playing these things back to the universe. This is where shadow work can come in. If you don't know what your subconscious is doing, working with your shadow can help you figure it out. You can figure out what you've got stuck in there, what you need to get out, what you need to release, and how to move forward. Sleep programming can also be a fantastic way to heal. Be it from trauma or illness, sleep programming can really help you reshape your life. This honestly works very similarly to EMDR therapy, which is a therapeutic process that stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. This is a way that a therapist or another person, or even yourself, if you make a video of yourself doing this, can help you to kind of get past the conscious mind and get down into the subconscious. This is where we hang on to all of those things. I'm sure you've experienced something in your life where you thought you were over some sort of situation or event or whatever, and then suddenly, sometime later, something triggers you and it comes back up. This is because while your conscious mind might be past it, your subconscious hasn't moved past it yet. This is just another way that reprogramming your subconscious can be incredibly beneficial. If you've been through something traumatic, something heavy, doing this can help you heal that on a very base level. If that is your experience, this process can help you get out of survival mode. Sleep programming can also help you unlock your subconscious and figure out what you've got going underneath. Shadow work is one of the best ways to do this, but if you struggle with shadow work, doing some sleep programming is going to help you, because as you try to calibrate towards new things, things are going to pop up. Your combative beliefs are going to start to show themselves. Whether they show up in your mind or they manifest in the physical, it is going to be an indicator for you of what you've got going on. Oftentimes when we're trying to do something new, we experience a little bit of universal pushback. Now you have to recognize that this isn't because the universe is against you. This is because of all of the energy that you have already put out into the world. It is your own energy returning to you. So as you start to change, you might notice that there are a lot of obstacles in your way, but don't fret, they're soon to be moved. It's just a process. You've got to clear all of that stuff out before all of that new good stuff can start coming back towards you. Sleep programming is especially beneficial if you're trying to manifest new, really big things. You're likely to have a little bit of a dissonance with those things because you've been on the opposite side of the spectrum vibrationally for so long. Giving yourself the opportunity to kind of prime your subconscious to the new belief systems is going to make your manifesting so much easier. But like I said, this isn't just for manifesting. This can be for healing, for retraining your mind, reshaping your life in general, or just simply allowing you to live a more positive life with a more positive mind. This, of course, isn't a cure-all, and I cannot legally give you medical advice. But as someone who has struggled with depression, I know for a fact that this can help you combat the negative thoughts in your brain. This is a fantastic way to change your mood, and it's virtually effortless. Once you find or create the sleep programming that you need for your specific situation, literally all you have to do is sleep on it. The further you are from where you want to be, the longer it's likely going to take, but that doesn't mean that you can't start seeing results within the first few days. Once you start this process, you're likely going to feel a lot better within about 3 days. I'm a big proponent of it takes 3 days to break a habit and 21 days to build a new healthy one. So if you're getting after something specific, I really recommend that you try and do this every night for 21 days. And then a great thing to do is to pair it with a morning meditation. This doesn't have to be a long one. Just give yourself a solid 2 to 3 minutes to really clear your mind, remember your goals, and get into the energetic state that you wish to emit for the rest of your day. Ideally, this would be the same energetic state as whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, but as long as you're feeling better, that's what's really important. Remember, life is a process. These things are going to take time, but this is one of the easiest ways to hack the universe for the least amount of effort. And ultimately, the universe is going to appreciate this because when you heal yourself, when you raise your own vibration, you help the collective consciousness. You raise the vibration of the whole, and the universe appreciates that. You will start to see positive feedback. When I first began sleep programming, I think it took me probably a solid month and a half to really notice the results, but as I look back at my life and my notes, I know that that is because that I was so consciously calibrated in the opposite direction that I just wasn't even able to see the good things that were coming in. In more recent times, when I have adapted new sleep programming rituals for new desires and goals, I've noticed because I am now much more open, I see results after the first day, and the results tend to last. This is the best way to change your mood and to, again, really prime yourself for the manifestations that you are trying to bring into your life. If you've been creating your own reality, you know that you don't want to waste a second. Of course, there are things that happen that cause our vibration to change, but if you can get out ahead of yourself, which you can through sleep programming, you're doing yourself a huge favor. This is going to make it a lot easier for you to combat any belief systems that no longer resonate with what you're trying to do. Remember, you are in control of your own mind. It may not always feel like it, but sleep programming is going to give you the upper hand on that. It's going to allow you to decide what you have emanating from your subconscious, and that is going to make your life so much easier no matter what it is that you're after. I believe that's all I have for this one. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure to like and subscribe so that I can help you keep your third eye in the sky. Stay blessed.